I speak unto thee this day, and I say that you are living in a time when so many have been taken away from the truth, and they love it so. That is, they love it so, for they feel they have been freed from the burden of the truth. They feel they have been freed from the constriction of the same. That is, they do not look at the truth as the way of life, but they look at the truth as a restriction upon their sin. And I say, when they are set free of the truth, oh, how lovely they imagine that life will be. But I say they are simply deluded and drunk and fools, intoxicated on rebellion and loving it so. For I say that I, the living God, have given the truth to the sons of men, that they would walk uprightly in me and be kept always. That is, kept from the throes of death, destruction, and damnation of their own souls. But I say, when men will abandon the truth, forsake the same, and take up lies, I say they are the ones who pay for the same. And I say it is because they have chosen to walk in the way of deceit rather than the way of truth that I provide. Now I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to live in lies, to partake of lies, and be satisfied in the same. For I say, when any man or woman will turn aside to lies, will turn to conjecture and imagination, I say they bring my wrath unto them. And I say it is because they have departed from the truth and taken up delusion and love it so. And I say they are the ones who will pay for their folly, for I, the living God, am not mocked. Now I say that you are living in a time when the nation has turned aside to lies and loves it so, because they have given themselves to sin. That is, men and women have given themselves to multiplied sinfulness, and yes, they love it so. That is, they love to sin, to sin, to sin again, because they are far from me. And I say they love to walk in the way of stupidity, darkness, and be overwhelmed in that. Now I say that I, the living God, do not smile down upon a nation that has known the truth and departed from the same. For I say that woe is the cup of the nations that estrange themselves from me, that turn from me. For I say that I, the living God, will not be mocked by mere men who think they have found their freedom in their folly. For I say all that they've really found is the imprisonment, the enslavery, and of course the destruction of their souls. Now I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to walk in the hypocrisy, the mockery, the stupidity of this age. That is, whereby men are righteous in their own religiosity and pride, but I say they are sinning all along. But I say that I call thee to seek to be pleasing unto me, to walk in the way that I offer and provide. For I say, if it is me, the living God, that you look to, believe in, and trust, you will see that I bring thee forth in the truth, the light, the mercy of who I am. And yes, you will see that I do uplift thee and give thee the strength to continue in the way of my righteousness day by day. Now I say that I, the living God, delight when a people will keep their focus, their vision upon me, and come forth in my way. That is, when they will be directed and guided, instructed, and given the truth and the light, the strength and the mercy of who I am. For I say it is me, the living God, who will give to thee the light upon thy path, the blessedness and the truth always. And it is me, the living God, who will direct thee and correct thee in that way that I provide for thee. For I say that I, the living God, do not delight in a people who give themselves to delusion, who give themselves to the confusion of the same. But I say that I do delight in the ones who will walk uprightly, being ever directed and corrected by me. And I say, when the ones who claim that they are my people will seek their refuge in the truth, and they are well-pleasing unto me. But I say, when they will indeed go in the way of fools, I say they will be overwhelmed in the same. Now I say that I, the living God, will give to thee the truth and the light upon thy path. I will give to thee the tender mercies that I provide. And I say, if you will be ever thankful that you can be guided by me, you are given the light always. But I say, if you are turning aside unto lies and going in the foolery, the vanity of the same, of course your life will be overwhelmed in darkness. And I say, you will know what it is to live under the wrath rather than the mercy of who I am. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call my people to swell up on pride and imagine that they are some great thing. That is, to imagine that they are superior to all others, that they need to be treated in a special way. For I say, when any man or woman will be taken over by pride, I say they are of course deceived. And I say they will think they can walk in a way where others are men to bow unto them, but it is not true. I say the more that men get entrenched in pride, the more they cannot walk in the truth. For I say that the same is too constricting to them. That is, they have gotten so swollen on pride that any restriction that comes from the truth is oppressive to them. That is, they are continually seeking for their freedom. That is, their freedom to walk in their sin. That is, their freedom to go in the way of their own proud imaginations and be damned for the same. Now I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to take up the spirits of pride and rebellion that are ruling in this wicked generation. For I say, when you see the way that men have chosen, that is opposition to the truth, what can you say? You can merely say that men are fools, turned aside, turned to folly, and turned to the course of their own destruction. And I say it is because they have chosen to walk, to live in opposition to me. Now I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to walk, to live in opposition to me, but I say that I call thee to come forth in the truth, the light that I provide. That is, I call thee to be thankful that it is me you are privileged to look unto and believe. I say that I call thee to be thankful that I am indeed thy life source, that I am indeed the truth, the power, the glory provided for thee. For I say, when any will grow accustomed to my way and walk in the same, then they are well-pleasing unto me. But I say, when men and women are ever rebelling against my way, thinking in their own proud imaginations they know more than they know, what do they do? I say they prove time and again that they are the empty-headed fools who have been taken in folly. I say this day that I, the living God, do warn thee again and again and again against the leaven of pride, for it is an infectious disease. And I say, when you see the proud strutters, when you see the proud boasters, when you see the proud fools, I say that they all end in damnation of soul. And I say, it is because they have given themselves to the delusion, the confusion that comes of pride, which is nothing but deception. Now I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to be seduced, enticed away from the truth, but I say that I call thee to cleave to the same. That is, I call thee to be thankful that it is me who will give thee the truth and the light upon thy path. I say that I call thee to be thankful that it is me who will uplift, direct, and correct thee and guide thee forth. For I say it is me that you are meant to seek, to please, and obey, and follow after. Therefore I say, in a wayward, a vile, a corrupted, and evil generation, why not be glad that it is me, the living God, who does purpose thee to walk uprightly in the truth? That is, why not be glad that I give thee the light upon thy path, that you can indeed be rejoicing always in me? I say, why not be glad that I instruct thee and direct thee and guide thee forth in truth, for I am indeed well able. And I say it is me, the living God, who does purpose thee to be kept, guided, and directed in the truth, the light, the mercy that I provide. Therefore I say this day, do not be quick to turn away from the truth, to take up lies, and be overwhelmed in the same. But I say instead, be thankful that I, the living God, am the one who will ever purpose, direct, and guide thee forth. I say, be thankful that I am the one who will give to thee the truth, the light, the mercy, and the blessedness that I provide. For I say it is me, the living God, who is righteousness. It is me, the living God, who is truth and mercy provided. I say this day that I, the living God, do find joy when my people will adhere unto me and not stray away. That is, when they will keep themselves from eyes of adultery and evil imagination as to their own way. For I say that I, the living God, do not find pleasure in those who are ever restless and looking back or looking to some other way. But I say that I find pleasure in the ones who will indeed put their hands to the plow and go forward in me. Now I say, count it a blessing to receive my mercy, to receive my truth, to receive my life. I say, count it a blessing to be able to come forth in all that I give thee time and again. For I say that I, the living God, do give to thee the truth, the light, the mercy, the peace, and the hope that is found in me. And I say, the more that you continue believing, the more that you will be receiving of me. Now I say, when you look upon what it is that I, the living God, do offer, I say that I give to those who believe in me the way of eternal life. But I say, when men will turn away from that way to take up lies, there is nothing that awaits them except the damnation of soul. For I say, when men turn away from the truth to take up lies, I say they are literally rejecting me. And I say they are accepting the way of my wrath, my fury, my indignation as their cup. I say this day, do not be deluded, do not be seduced, do not be led astray. But I say, seek each day to walk humbly before me, to be ever thankful for what it is that I provide. That is, that you can be coming forth ever uplifted, directed, and guided by me. That you can be given the truth, the blessedness, the strength that I offer. For it is me, the living God, who is indeed the way of life intended for thee. I say this day, be glad that it is me that you can be looking unto, that it is me that you can be believing and trusting in. That is, that you do not need to be taken in the way of fools and likewise devoured as they are. But I say that you can keep coming forth in the straight and narrow way that I provide, which is the way of life eternal. And you can be rejoicing as you keep your vision ever upon me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to walk afar off. I do not call thee to go in the way of the wayward, the careless, the stupid, the dumb. But I say that I call thee to be made glad, that it is me you are privileged to love, to serve, and obey. And I say that I call thee to be made glad, that you can be coming forth ever uplifted, directed, and guided by me. For I say it is me, the living God, and me alone, who gives to thee the truth and the light, the mercy, the peace, and the way that I provide. Therefore I say this day, be quick to accept my correction, be quick to accept my direction, for I say those things will keep thee in the way of life. That is, if you are receptive unto the truth, rather than seeking to rebuke the same, you are ever guided by me. But I say, if pride grabs a hold of thee and somehow your mind is swollen, I say you will despise the truth. And I say you will think that the truth is oppressive, restrictive, and constraining unto thee. Now I say, when you have such thoughts, realize that pride does grab thee, and seduction of soul is seeking to overtake your life. For I say there are many who started out in humility to follow after me, to love and serve me. But I say, because they yielded to pride and the deception that is found in the same, I say they were likewise devoured. And I say they were taken down the road that brought them my wrath and my fury revealed. Now I say they are in hell because they chose to oppose the truth and walk in the lies that the seducer sent unto them. I say this day, do not think of yourselves more highly than you ought to think, but realize that it is by my mercy that you are redeemed. And realize likewise that it is not by your own strength or your own intelligence or expertise that you are kept, but it is by my mercy, it is by my truth and my guiding hand. And I say, be realizing that each and every day you are definitely needy of me. I say, do not rise up in accusation against your brethren, against the ones that you are meant to care for, and think you are better than they. But I say, be understanding and realizing that each and every one is precious unto me. And I say, when you despise your brother, you are literally despising me. For I say it is pride in all of its arrogance and murderous content that will make you think that you must do away with someone else because you are so great. I say this day, do not be led down the way of deception, but be kept in the way of truth and loving the same.